Won't need these anymore. Can crowns go in the recycling bin?
Toss them on the Goodwill pile. Out with the old. In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi.
Woo.
But not too far.
You look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
Before we get into it,
Down with the monarchy. We deserve our privacy.
In this controversy, reignited after Meghan signed a gift with her HRH after stepping away from full-time royal duties.
She never stops whining.
No,
they're ridiculous.
no, that is so beautiful. No.
They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
It started with a sweet little thank you basket.
A jar of strawberry sauce, a simple, innocent gift, has just detonated one of the most explosive royal feuds in recent memory. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, signing a casual gift basket as HRH, has stirred the dormant beast of royal anger, reigniting a feud that threatens to reshape the future of the British monarchy. This isn't about jam. This is about power, privilege, and the prestige of 3 letters, HRH.
I find it a little bit cringe to give a gift to a close friend and sign it Her Royal Highness.
Why even in private? She's using that full title, Her Royal Highness.
In January 2020, at a tense meeting known as the Sandringham Summit, the British royal family believed they had contained the explosive departure of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Queen Elizabeth, then Prince Charles, Prince William, and Harry sat face to face, carving out a path for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to step away from their duties.
According to a report in OK magazine, Prince William plans on stripping both Harry and Meghan of their HRH titles once he becomes king.
They want it both ways. These people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention. And then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
The agreement was clear, unequivocal, and public. Harry and Meghan would relinquish his, and Her Royal Highness titles and abstain from using them going forward. It was a gentleman's handshake deal, no legal bindings, just royal trust. The palace sighed with relief, believing the Sussex chapter was closed. But agreements built on trust are only as strong as the honor of those involved. Fast forward to April of this year. Meghan Markle casually reposted a thank you note from a Ukrainian official referring to her as Your Royal Highness. The palace took note, eyebrows raised, wondering if it was an oversight or a subtle challenge.
It was agreed with Queen Elizabeth that they will not use the HRH title. That is a long-standing precedent, and there's good reason for it. Basically, the HRH is only given to working royals and senior members of the royal family.
She's slaughtered this weekend because there were some business cards in the back of one of her podcasts. She's still using her royal title, HRH, despite our late Queen warning.
Royal insiders whisper that Prince William saw it differently, a calculated move, testing boundaries, poking at the edges of royal patience. But if the Ukrainian letter was a gentle jab, Meghan's next move was an outright challenge. Appearing on Jamie Kern-Lima's podcast, Meghan gifted a basket containing homemade preserves, sweetly innocent at face value. But the compliments card attached brazenly read, with the compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex. Palace phones exploded. Courtiers recoiled. The Sussexes had crossed the line. To Prince William, the future King of England, this wasn't just a breach of etiquette. It was a slap in the face, a challenge to royal authority.
40 minutes into the podcast, this little picture, quite a grainy picture, flashed up, which shows a basket of, homemade preserves with a card on it, HRH, Duchess of Sussex, Meghan.
It's not a financial thing. Working royals do not profit. They do not use their names to make money. It's an honour to have an HRH.
Absolutely.
So the fact that she's continued to use this HRH when they've been instructed not to, I think is absolutely infuriating in Buckingham Palace.
Close friends of William disclosed to trusted media outlets that the prince felt personally betrayed. William views the use of HRH by Meghan as direct defiance against the royal agreement of 2020, an agreement designed to maintain the dignity and order of the crown. King Charles III, ever cautious and conflict-averse, reportedly shrugged off Meghan's move, unwilling to escalate a family feud further.
He's a duplicitous, self-centered, vile, disloyal hypocrite.
Meghan has said through a representative today that she is not using the HRH title. We have literal, tangible proof. It's hardly a secret that the palace has already conducted secret meetings with members of the government to discuss putting the plan into action.
His advisors quietly suggested letting the matter fade into insignificance, focusing instead on the stability and dignity of the monarchy. But Prince William is not his father. William is seething, described by close confidants as being coiled like a spring, awaiting the moment he ascends the throne to decisively resolve what he considers an ongoing affront. Informed insiders reveal William's intentions clearly. The very moment he becomes king, he plans to formally revoke Harry and Meghan's right to use the HRH title permanently.
I'm thrilled, as you are, I'm sure, that Netflix has renewed Harry and Meghan's deal.
Well, supposedly, but it's maybe just a Meghan deal.
Oh, a Meghan deal. Well, that makes it much better not.
When the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
Oh, shut up. What do you mean the stakes are this high? Who do you think you are? Other than a latte-munching imbecile living in luxury in California while the rest of the world's a cost of living crisis, moaning and whining about an institution which gave you the titles on which you now trade millions of dollars. What are you talking about? What stakes?
William sees himself as the guardian of royal tradition, and Meghan's public disregard for the rules is a direct attack on the monarchy itself. Sources within Kensington Palace have leaked that preparations for this move have already begun. Draft documents are quietly circulating, strategizing how to revoke the titles with minimal constitutional upheaval. This unprecedented step is legally feasible but politically explosive.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile. If they don't want that, that's entirely up to them.
A new poll by Find Out Now has revealed that most of the public is supporting the king in this family feud, ongoing family feud, after Harry's bombshell BBC interview. It follows the Court of Appeal's decision to not overturn the ruling on his security in the UK.
Experts in constitutional law and royal tradition have highlighted the complexities involved. While dukedoms granted by Parliament require extensive legal processes to remove, the HRH style is different, granted and revoked at the monarch's discretion. William, as future king, could erase Meghan and Harry's HRH titles overnight with a simple royal decree. This isn't speculation, it's constitutional reality. Yet, the consequences could be explosive. Stripping titles from Harry, a blood prince still in line to the throne, and Meghan, his wife who voluntarily stepped back, is uncharted territory. Palace advisors fear that Harry, with his history of legal challenges against royal decisions, might retaliate with international lawsuits and a media firestorm. The HRH title isn't merely symbolic, it has significant commercial value. Despite assurances from Meghan's camp that the title isn't leveraged commercially, analysts disagree. The Sussexes' lucrative media deals with Netflix and Spotify, along with their charitable foundation Archewell, indirectly benefit from the prestige associated with royal titles. Losing this could severely impact their negotiating power, potentially jeopardizing future deals valued in the tens of millions. Netflix executives, already invested heavily in the Sussex brand, closely monitor these developments. Meghan's brand new, as ever, product line, anchored by homemade preserves, risks losing significant market value without the royal mystique. Brand strategists warn that HRH functions as a subtle seal of approval, dramatically enhancing perceived authenticity and trustworthiness. Supporters of the Sussexes argue the opposite, that stripping their titles might strengthen their outsider narrative. Harry and Meghan, seen as rebels defying a rigid monarchy, could resonate more strongly with global audiences. Still, experts note that rebellion sells better with royal glitter intact. The loss of official royal approval could cost the Sussexes millions. Palace insiders describe an internal atmosphere of deepening divisions. Two distinct camps are emerging: Charles's cautious, conciliatory approach versus William's decisive, aggressive stance. Staff members quietly align themselves, aware that this conflict will shape the monarchy's future. Royal watchers and constitutional experts agree that this brewing storm is bigger than family feuds and jam jars. It's about the nature of modern monarchy itself. William's potential action against Harry and Meghan might trigger parliamentary inquiries, constitutional challenges, and possibly global condemnation. Preparations within Buckingham Palace now openly consider these outcomes. Parallel contingency plans exist, one advocating continued silence and patience, the other detailed instructions for immediate action upon William's ascension. Insiders confirm that staff members actively wargame potential scenarios, fully aware that any decision will dominate global headlines and influence public perception for decades. Meghan's strategic use of the HRH title, seemingly trivial but profoundly impactful, has escalated a personal dispute into a public power struggle. Whether viewed as strategic brilliance or reckless provocation, her actions place immense pressure on William to act decisively. As the monarchy faces increasing scrutiny from a rapidly changing society, William's response could define his future reign. The stakes couldn't be higher for the Sussexes either. Their carefully constructed brand, built on the allure of modern royalty combined with progressive activism, now hangs precariously in the balance. Every move, every statement, every Instagram post could influence not just public perception but commercial partnerships worth millions. Observers suggest this controversy has reached a tipping point. William, backed by growing public sentiment supportive of strict royal protocols, might see decisive action as the only path forward. Simultaneously, Harry and Meghan's American base, particularly within entertainment and philanthropy sectors, could see punitive royal actions as vindictive, further damaging the monarchy's international reputation. Ultimately, this crisis is about legacy. For William, it's about safeguarding the monarchy's dignity and authority. For Harry and Meghan, it's about autonomy and financial independence. For the British public, it's about defining what a modern monarchy looks like. And for global audiences, it's a compelling, dramatic story of family feuds, power struggles, and the thin line between privilege and principle. As William inches closer to the throne, each passing day intensifies this royal drama. The monarchy's future hangs in delicate balance, one stroke of William's pen away from transformation or turmoil. Meghan Markle's jar of jam might have been small, but its impact is seismic, echoing loudly through palace halls and international media alike. The question now isn't whether William will act, but when, and how dramatic the fallout will be.